Sound too good to be true? Wondering if it's realistic? Here's the money conversation most brokerages avoid because it doesn't sound good on the recruiting flyer. First off, it's important to know that there's a very small percentage of top performers who skew the average income metrics for all real estate agents. This small percentage is an outlier that essentially makes everybody else's number look substantially higher. What this does for most agents is it might give an unrealistic expectation, because when you take into weight those averages of these people who are doing massive numbers, it really skews what's realistic and what most of the agents are doing and what's realistic for when you're first getting in the business or into production. And the second thing is, make sure you know that gross commission doesn't equal your take-home pay. I always tell the agents here at 54, it doesn't matter what your commission split is with your brokerage, it matters how much is showing up in your 1099 and essentially what your net income is on your 1040 after writing off everything that you're claiming with the IRS. You see, you could have a 1099 that's at a high number, but if you have a lot of operating costs and expenses, that's going to skew your net income and bring it down substantially more. You might have a lower commission split at a brokerage, but they're covering the cost of everything. So a lot of times you'll find that agents who are working for team models or teamages will have a lower split, but everything they make on their 1099 essentially carries over to their net income on their personal tax return because they really don't have expenses. So the most important thing is for you to pay attention to, hey, it's not what my commission split's going to be, but it's how much money am I going to make at the end of the day. Now I'm going to cover some of the real costs that most agents don't plan for. The first is going to be lead generation and marketing. A lot of times you're going to think that you're going to go to a real estate brokerage and there's just going to be business that they give you and it's going to be expected and be paid to you at your normal commission split. That, however, is not the case. You see, most of the times if you are getting leads from a brokerage, there's going to be some kind of referral fee on top of that, and then it's going to be taken into account your commission split after the referral fee is done. A lot of teams or teamages are going to operate where they're going to provide you the leads and marketing, and that's already baked into the split. So it's very important for you as an agent to know where your leads are going to come from and how you plan on doing your prospecting and marketing. Is someone else picking up that cost for me when I'm weighing the options of what's going to be the best fit for me? Or am I going to have another expense that I'm incurring that I'm going to write off at the end of the year because this is something that I'm going to need to pay for to help grow and build my business? Another thing to think about is CRM tech and tools. Are you having to pay for your seats because the brokerage isn't supplying that at the split you're at? Or are all those tech and tools being given to you at no cost, whether it's provided by a team or some brokerages who have their own tech and systems and are incorporating that in your split when bringing you onto their brokerage. Another thing to think account is, are they charging you a desk and transaction fee? Can you go and work from the office for free? Or do you have to pay a desk fee if you want to work from the office and sit somewhere so your only option isn't working from home? When it comes to a transaction fee, most brokerages are going to charge this. But are you actually getting a service for this transaction fee? Do you have somebody within the brokerage or team providing you transaction management? Or is this just another junk fee for the brokerage to add to their profit margin? Now I'm going to do a deeper dive into why splits don't equal take-home pay. I know a ton of agents who have 100% split and their license hung with 100% brokerage and do absolutely zero business. So what's good is getting 100% of nothing. It's always important to figure out the value that you're going to get from the brokerage when you ultimately decide and determine which one's going to be the best fit for you. You don't necessarily always want to go to the brokerage that's going to give the highest split. You really want to evaluate every option and find out which one's going to make you the most money. Another thing you want to take into account is having key personnel and support that's accessible to you. Do you have to pay for this? Some brokerages you can go to and they're going to give you a higher split, but then if you want a productivity coach or you want to take part in their transaction management, they're going to nickel and dime you to death. Charging a higher percentage for the productivity coach, that's how the productivity coach gets paid, or charge you an additional transaction fee for using their transaction manager in addition to the fee that they already have. Or charge you an additional transaction fee to actually use a transaction manager in addition to the junk fee that they already had labeled as transaction management. So it's very important to see the value you're going to get from the brokerage and what's included in that. Some brokerages also offer coaching where you can be coach and mentor, and that's already kind of baked into your comp plan when joining the brokerages. Others might not even offer it altogether at the brokerage at all, and you have to go outside of the brokerage and join a coaching organization, which you incur a monthly fee to be part of that organization and that ecosystem. And keep in mind, the rule of thumb is closings matter way more than commission split. The number one goal for you as a real estate agent should be to build a database. The more transactions you close, the more clients you develop relationships with, the bigger your business is being built, and the more revenue you're going to generate over time. Consistency is key. It's very important for you to get to the closing table as often as possible. The more people you close, it's going to create a domino effect. The more closings are going to trickle down and the more sphere of influence and referrals you're going to get over time. So if you can have 3 closings a month instead of 1, and these 3 closings are paid at a lower percentage, those 3 closings are going to generate possibly 3x the amount of referrals that this one would, and it's going to put more money in your pocket over the duration of your career. And finally, I'm going to talk about how constant support impacts income stability. The greatest gift a coach or mentor can give you is accountability. So a coach or a mentor is going to limit your mistakes and fast track you into production quicker because they already got a blueprint for you to follow to learn from their mistakes. When you're starting off, it's all about getting as many at-bats as you can. You see, we fail forward, and the quicker you can kind of get these failures out of the way and learn a lesson, the quicker you're going to get into a higher level of production. The best way for you to get that experience and fail forward is to have more leads and opportunities for you to kind of learn the information that you don't know. Obviously, we're hoping that you have success in the field, but if for any reason you don't, figure out why we missed the mark, what tools, resources, skill set do you need to bring into your practice so that way you don't lose out on that piece of business again, and make sure that you're prepared for the next time so that way you win that piece of business. Having systems already built out and integrated for you is going to create that predictable income. It's very hard for us to be on track if we're unorganized. And systems, processes, technology, AI integration is all going to help you be a little bit more detail oriented and stay on track to make sure that you don't miss out on those important pieces of business and those crucial tasks that you know that you have to accomplish by the end of the day. The biggest takeaway, if you're going to take away with just one thing today, it's remember that 100% of 0 is still 0. Make sure when you're evaluating brokerages that you're going for value and not just commission split. I'm hoping I brought some value on today's episode to give you some things to think about when evaluating which brokerage is going to make you the most money. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.